Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Subhadra Mahi Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Budhirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Mancha Kalpadarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Bhutair Mahadvirga Imaha Puro Vibhu Nirmahya Chete Yat Amoshu Purushaha Bhumte Gunan Sodasa Sodasatmakehi So Alankra Seshta Bhagavan Vacham Simehi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Panchatattva ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees of our Surabhi Kunj Bhakti Sadhan on this Sunday, August 29, 2021. Time is 4:34. Today, the service given to me is to discuss few subject matters on overview or subject matters or overview of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 8th canto, and 9th canto. As you all know, Srimad Bhagavatam actually represents, it is literary incarnation of Lord Krishna. The first two cantos represents lotus feet of the Lord. 3 and 4 represents two thighs of the Lord. 5th and 6th, 5th represents navel, 6th canto represents chest of Lord. 7 and 8 represents two arms of the Lord. 9th canto represents throat of the Lord. 10th canto represents lotus face of the Lord. 11th canto represents forehead of the Lord. And 12th canto represents the entire head portion of the Lord. This is how our Acharyas has compared with the structure of Srimad Bhagavatam with Lord's body. Now, Bhagavatam tries to explain 10 topics. Already we saw about these 10 topics in various sessions. That is Sarga, Visarga, Sthana, Poshana, Uti, Manvantara, Ishanukatha, Ashraya, Mukti, and Nirodha. In that, 7th canto explains what topic? 7th canto discusses about the Uti. If you see the 7th canto name, what Prabhupada has given is Signs of God. Signs of God. Technically, what the 7th canto is explaining about is Uti. Uti means inauspicious inclination and auspicious inclination. That is pure and mixed bhakti. That is called Uti. And 8th canto explains about Manvantara. So among the 10 topics, 8th canto discuss about the Manvantara. 9th canto discuss about the Isha Anukatha. Isha Anukatha, that is topics related to Lord's devotees are described. Description of the sun and the moon dynasty is also described. So today we are going to discuss about these three topics: Uti, Manvantara, and Ishanukatha. So when I say Uti, inauspicious inclination and auspicious inclination, so under this topic, Shukadeva Goswami describes about the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj, pastimes of Lord Narasimhadev. So we all know this Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Jaya and Vijaya, they took birth as twin brothers. First, they took birth as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyaksha fought with Lord Varahadev, and Varahadev just gave a small slap on the ear, and Hiranyaksha gave up his life. Now Hiranyakashipu, okay, because elder brother died, he really became very much angry with Lord Vishnu. So Hiranyakashipu decided to become immortal. What happened? Hiranyakashipu started doing penances. So now this is a general story. Everybody knows that. This past time everybody knows that. But few details, interior details, we will discuss now. See, in this material world, however we may try for sense gratification, okay, finally we will end up in misery. This is what we have to learn from Hiranyakashipu's tapasya. Hiranyakashipu, how many years he did tapasya? Many thousands of years he did tapasya. So before he started doing tapasya, okay, first he tried to do tapasya, but what happened? Indra took a form of a parrot, and Indra started chanting the holy names. So Hiranyakashipu got disturbed. So he came back to house, and Hiranyakashipu wife asked, "What happened? Why you are not doing tapasya?" So Hiranyakashipu told that one parrot came. The parrot was keep chanting the holy names of Lord Vishnu, and I got really disturbed, and only the holy names are running in my mind. Hence, I came back from the forest. And with that mindset, Hiranyakashipu and his wife together, they produced a progeny which became Prahlad Maharaj. So when Hiranyakashipu's wife was pregnant, immediately Hiranyakashipu left the home and he went to the forest, started doing penance. So some say he did penance for 11,000 years, some say he did penance for 60,000 years. Whatever might be, but definitely it is many thousands of years. Hiranyakashipu was doing tapasya. And so many years he did tapasya, and when Brahma came, Hiranyakashipu was asking a boon to become immortal, and Brahmaji himself told that he is not immortal. One day Brahma is also going to give away this material body. So then Hiranyakashipu gave all the list of conditions how he should not be killed. He should not be killed by man or animal or birds, or he should not be killed outside of the house, inside of the house. He should not be killed on the top of the universe, bottom of the universe. Like that, whatever combination, permutation is possible, all the combinations of conditions, Hiranyakashipu presented in front of Brahma. Brahma was getting sweat on the head, hearing the boons of Hiranyakashipu. Last one point Hiranyakashipu added: whatever has been created by you, I should not be killed by that. So after hearing that statement, Brahmaji became very happy. Whatever has been created by Brahma within this material universe should not kill Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu should not be killed by anything which comes where the creation comes under the jurisdiction of Brahmaji. So after hearing this one point, Brahmaji became very happy. So after getting this boon, nobody was able to defeat Hiranyakashipu. Now, one thing we have to understand: Hiranyakashipu did so much tapasya, and how many years he was enjoying? When Narasimhadev appeared, Prahlad Maharaj was only between 7 or 10 years, maximum between 7 and 10 years. So only for the enjoyment of 7 to 10 years, Hiranyakashipu did penance for 11,000 years, and only he enjoyed for 7 to 10 years. That too, once Prahlad Maharaj became devotee, Hiranyakashipu was not at all happy. Though he had all kinds of enjoyment around him, he was not able to enjoy. He was always completely in a disturbed situation. Okay, so that is how we have to learn from Hiranyakashipu's life that however we whole life we may try to become happy. What we are thinking now, I am working in IT industry, I am earning in lakhs and lakhs. Someday I will earn sufficiently, I will give up my job, and I will become very peaceful in my life. And rest of the life I can enjoy. Most of the IT folks, they are thinking, they are planning this is how. Almost like Hiranyakashipu only, struggling very hard for sense enjoyment. But what happens? Hiranyakashipu, 11,000 years penance, all became wasted in 7 years. Not even 7 years. He was not even able to enjoy 7 years. Okay. Same thing. We can strive very hard, but at the end, what will happen? We will not be able to be happy. So there is no point in struggling for sense enjoyment. However, we may try, we are going to end up in material miseries only. Okay. So now Hiranyakashipu, he was not immortal, but the way he has got boon, it appeared that he will be immortal, because anything which has been created by Brahma cannot kill him. So Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna all became servants of him. Now another important point: why Hiranyakashipu was asking the people to call him as God. See, if somebody accepts Hiranyakashipu as their master or God, they will have birth, they will have long life, and then they will die. Death also will not come to them so easily. There is no old age and there is no disease. What happened is he stopped the regular karmic reactions of his servants, so which is against the law of Vedas. So suppose if I go to Hiranyakashipu's kingdom, to Hiranyakashipu if I say, Hiranyakashipu, from today I am accepting you as my Lord. And if they chant Om Hiranyakashipaya Namaha, then what will happen? They won't get they won't get old age and they won't get disease. So according to their karma, Lord has given a suitable body for that living entity. And at each certain age, whatever amount of grains, whatever amount of beauty, whatever amount of education, whatever amount of wealth, and what disease the soul has to go through, it is a fixed one. According to the karma, the soul has to go through. But Hiranyakashipu was able to stop that. That is why Hiranyakashipu was asking everyone to accept him as their God. No old age and no disease also. And however I want to be, I will get that. Suppose if I want only summer, I will always feel summer under Hiranyakashipu's kingdom. Now suppose next to me there is one more soul is sitting. He wants to have a very spring climate. He will always feel spring level climate. That is the level of material comfort Hiranyakashipu was offering to everyone. Okay, so which is like he was breaking the entire law, universal laws. And Yamadharmaraja, sun, moon, whenever Hiranyakashipu orders, they have to appear and they have to disappear. So that is the level of control Hiranyakashipu was having. But still, imagine, even though he was having that level of control, it didn't last even for 10 years. It's hardly 7 years. After that, he was forced to give up that. Now, for Hiranyakashipu, after completing the penance, when he came back, then only his wife delivered Prahlad Maharaj. So for a long time, his wife was carrying that soul inside the womb itself, and Narada Muni was giving full protection, and Narada Muni was preaching. Now, in case of Prahlad Maharaj, Narada Muni gave complete devotional signs before touching this material world, before coming out of the womb. Prahlad Maharaj completed PhD itself, doctorate itself in the science of devotion. So there was nothing left out for Prahlad Maharaj which he doesn't know. He completed all the education in womb itself. So when he came out, he was ready to preach. And this famous sloka, Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnuhu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. This famous sloka, 9 types of devotional service, who gave these 9 types of devotional service? Actually, this Prahlad Maharaj only explained about these 9 types of devotional service. Hiranyakashipu was asking, okay, Hiranyakashipu was asking to forget about Lord Krishna, and Prahlad Maharaj replied about 9 types of devotional service. He was not interested even in a single type of devotional service, where Prahlad Maharaj was giving explanation about 9 types of devotional service. So that is how Hiranyakashipu was ruling, and he started torturing Prahlad Maharaj. And at some point of time, Hiranyakashipu was about to kill Prahlad Maharaj, and he challenged Prahlad Maharaj whether Krishna is there in all the places. Another important point is, after coming to ISKCON, we know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Vishnu is the expansion of Krishna. But before ISKCON, that is outside of ISKCON, for any people, Vishnu is the main Lord, Krishna is one of the incarnations of Vishnu. But in 7th Canto, Prahlad Maharaj explains that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada also returns that this worship of Krishna is not just started after Dwapara Yuga, not actually after Krishna appeared here. So this worship of Krishna, concept of Krishna as the Supreme Lord, it is already there since all the days of Brahma. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj in one of the sloka talks about Krishna, this holy name Krishna itself there. Prahlad Maharaj is not talking about other form. Particularly Prahlad Maharaj talks about Krishna. Okay, so finally, Hiranyakashipu challenged Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, the Lord is everywhere. In all the living entities, the Lord is present as the super soul. And what the Lord is doing, the Lord either he will sanction or the Lord will reject the desires of the soul. Plus, the Lord witnesses all the activities and the desires of the soul. This is what the Lord is doing. Now, in all the living entities, the Lord sits next to that, sit as a super soul next to that soul. But what about the non-living entities? The Lord present through his energy. See, for example, in the fire, we will feel the heat, right? Now, heat is Krishna, but in the heat, Krishna is not sitting as the super soul. Okay, in the fire, Krishna expands his energy in the form of the heat. Similarly, in the water, Krishna doesn't sit as the super soul. In the water, see, within me, Krishna is sitting as the super soul, but in the water, how Krishna is present? In the water, Krishna is present as the taste of the water. Similarly, in the sun and the moon, the light of the sun, as the sun and light of the sun and moon, the Krishna has spreaded his energy. So in energy form, Krishna is present. So either as a super soul or in the form of energy, somehow Krishna is present everywhere. Now that is what Hiranyakashipu is asking. Where is Krishna? Show me. Okay. So as I told, if it is a living being, Krishna is present as super soul. If it is non-living being, Krishna is present as present in the form of his energy. And finally, the pillar which Hiranyakashipu made himself, that pillar Hiranyakashipu started striking with his gada, and finally that pillar, he broken that pillar, and from that Lord Krishna came in the form of Narsinghadev. Now in ISKCON also, we worship mainly two, apart from Krishna, apart from Gauranita, we worship two main forms. One is Narsinghadev, and there is Lord Ramachandra's form. So this Narsinghadev form, Narsinghadev, incarnation of Narsinghadev as well as incarnation of Ramachandra, I heard from senior Vaishnavas that they directly came from Krishna. They didn't come through Vishnu. Generally, all the incarnations of Vishnu, they come through Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. They come through Kshirodakashayi Vishnu and they will perform some pastimes and they will go back. But this Narsinghadev pastime and Narsinghadev avatar, as well as incarnation of Lord Ram, it is called Purna avatar. They directly came from Krishna. Hence, it is called Purna avatar. So, other avatars also, like Vishnu Tattvas, there is no doubt on that. But they came through Vishnu, but these two avatars directly they came manifested from Krishna. Krishna himself directly manifested as Narasinghadev as well as Lord Ram. So Narasinghadev appeared, and how much feet height Narasinghadev was? Hiranyakashipu was 64 feet height. Narasinghadev was 360 feet height. That much tall Narasinghadev was. And what is it? 8, 16 arms. Some say 16 arms. Bhagavatam says 8 arms. And finally, Narasinghadev fought with Hiranyakashipu. And in order to protect Brahma's boon, Lord Narasinghadev took Hiranyakashipu on his lap, and finally he used his nails and he killed Hiranyakashipu. Okay. Now, the same topic was we were discussing in one of the yatras, like how Narasinghadev killed Hiranyakashipu. So many devotees were asking, there are many temples in India where people tell that this is the place where Narasinghadev appeared and he killed Hiranyakashipu. So one of them is Ahobilam. There are few temples also available in Tamil Nadu. Narasinghadev temples are available in Tamil Nadu, where people will say, here only Lord Narasinghadev appeared. Original pastime took place not here. Original pastime, this pastime happened in one of the Swargalokas, in the heavenly planets. Not beyond the heavenly planets, one among the heavenly planets. That is the place where originally took place. But in other places, where in India, we will see many temples of Narasinghadev, and people say that there only Narasinghadev appeared. It is due to some of the devotees' prayers, Narasinghadev has appeared and gave darshan in that form. But originally, as per Bhagavatam, originally this pastime took place in the heavenly planets. So after Narasinghadev, there is one more point I wanted to discuss. When Narasinghadev appeared, as we know, Bhagavatam says even Mahalakshmi Devi was, it appeared that Mahalakshmi Devi also was afraid of approaching Narasinghadev. See, Mahalakshmi Devi is eternal consort of Lord Vishnu. And she is expansion of Yoga Maya, right? Then how she can be afraid? Actually, our Jiva Goswami, in a book called Ritu Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami says, actually Mahalakshmi Devi didn't afraid. She was not afraid of going nearby Narasinghadev. If she is eternally situated in the heart of Mahavishnu, why she has to be afraid of going nearby Narasinghadev? Actually, even I had this doubt since long time. Jiva Goswami, in our Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Jiva Goswami, in his book called Ritu Sandarbha, there are 6 Sandarbhas explaining about 6 types of devotional truths. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, Sara, Leela Tattva, I forgot the remaining two topics. Leela Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Ara. 6 devotional truths are there. To define about each truth, our Goswamis has written each book. It is called Sat Sandarbhas. There is one book called Ritu Sandarbha. In that Ritu Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami gives explanation that actually Mahalakshmi Devi and Narasinghadev, they wanted to bring out the glories of Prahlad Maharaj. So when Narasinghadev appeared, Narasinghadev got this desire that somehow he has to bring the glories of Prahlad Maharaj. So when Narasinghadev slightly glanced over Mahalakshmi Devi understood. And Mahalakshmi Devi also loved Prahlad Maharaj very much. And Mahalakshmi Devi understood the desire of Lord Narasinghadev. Immediately, she pretended that she is fearing to approach Lord Narasinghadev. Hence, in Bhagavatam, when we read, we will see that even Mahalakshmi Devi was afraid of approaching Narasinghadev. And it is Mahalakshmi Devi was just pretending, but actually Mahalakshmi Devi also loved Prahlad Maharaj. And when Mahalakshmi Devi agreed that okay, Prahlad Maharaj glories come out, then Narasinghadev allowed Prahlad Maharaj to glorify him. So after that, Prahlad Maharaj, around 39 to 40 slokas, Prahlad Maharaj started praying to Lord Narasinghadev. It's a wonderful prayers. We cannot go through all the prayers. 40 slokas are there, 40 to 45 slokas are there, all are important only. What I will do is, I will recite only 3 slokas, then we have to go to the last part of the 7th canto, because already 25 minutes over. 1 minute. So, I am reciting 7th canto, 9th chapter, 39th sloka. All slokas are important, as I told. Only 3 slokas I will recite, then I will proceed to the last chapter of the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, I told this Uti means inauspicious inclination, auspicious inclination. So, who represents the inauspicious inclination? Hiranyakashipu. Because he wanted to rule the entire universe, he broken the laws of the universe. One supposed to die at certain time, he broken that law. Whoever accepts Hiranyakashipu, they cannot die on that time. They can extend their life. And when he say okay, then only Lord Yama has control, Yamadharmaraja has control on the death of the soul. So that is the power which Hiranyakashipu had. So that is inauspicious inclination, completely broken all the laws of Krishna. And auspicious inclination, that is Prahlad Maharaj, who is completely surrendered. When Prahlad Maharaj was tortured by Hiranyakashipu, with the help of weapons, with the help of snakes, with the help of birds, and with animals, not even a single situation, Prahlad Maharaj prayed to Krishna for protection. Prahlad Maharaj didn't pray even once also. Prahlad Maharaj just was remembering Krishna. That remembrance of Krishna itself became the protection of Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj never gave up the life. So one of these slokas quickly I will chant and I will read the translation, then we will move to the next. Naitan manastav katashu vikuntanatha sampriyate durita dushtam asadu tevram kamaturam harsha shoka bhayai sanartham tasmin katham tavagatim vimbrishami dina. So what is this? Why I am chanting this sloka? In this sloka, Prahlad Maharaj, he represents a soul like me, as a common man himself. Prahlad Maharaj has nothing to do with this material world. But Prahlad Maharaj, he represents himself as a common man in this sloka, and he prays, "Oh my Lord, Vaikunta, Lord of the Vaikuntas." In Vaikunta, there is no anxiety. "Oh my Lord, my mind is extremely sinful and lusty. Due to that, sometimes I am feeling happiness, sometimes I am feeling distressed. My mind is full of, one by one I will say, my mind is extremely sinful and lusty. So due to sinful and lusty, sometimes I am feeling happy, sometimes I am feeling distressed." Third point, Prahlad Maharaj says, "My mind is full of lamentation and fear. And due to this lamentation and fear, what will happen is, in this material world, I always seek more and more money. Thus, it has become most polluted and is never satisfied in topics concerning about you. So, therefore, I am the most fallen and poor. So, in this condition, how I will be able to discuss about your activities?" So, Prahlad Maharaj is representing now our condition. Extremely sinful, lusty. Due to that, sometimes I am feeling happiness, sometimes I am feeling distress, and the mind is full of lamentation and fear. Either I am lamenting about my past, or I am worrying about, fearing about my future. What will happen in the future? And worrying about the future, due to that, we are accumulating more and more money. Because we are accumulating more and more money, not in a dharmic way, mind is getting more and more polluted, and we are not getting satisfaction when we discuss about Krishna Katha. Now Prahlad Maharaj discuss about these points, and Prahlad Maharaj says, "This is how my condition, and how it is possible to discuss about your activities." This is one of the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. And in the next sloka, Prahlad Maharaj says, "Jitvai kato achyuta vikarshati ma avitripta shishno yatas papudharam shravanam kutaschit grano netas chapala dritva cha karma shaktir bhavya sapatniya iva geha patim nunanti." Prahlad Maharaj says, "These senses are, my position is like that of a person who has many wives. All are trying to attract him in their own way. Suppose I have 5 to 6 wives. Okay, each wife are sitting in each bedroom, and as a husband, I am going to each bedroom and trying to please my wife. It is impossible, right?" And Prahlad Maharaj says, this is the condition of this fallen soul. For example, the tongue is attracted to palatable dishes. Though prasadam is there, but still tongue is attracted to palatable dishes. And the genitals to have always sex with have sex with opposite gender. And the sense of touch always pulling me to touch the soft things. And the belly, although we are eating sufficient food, but still due to the addiction of the taste, we keep want to eat more and more. And the ears not at all attempting to hear about the Lord. And Prabhupada says, in this translation, Prabhupada says, the ear not ready to hear about the Lord, but the ear is generally attracted to cinema songs. This cinema songs, this is the word Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada has used. Because in the modern situation, that is how. Somewhere, some point of time, we might have heard some nice song. Even after spending in ISKCON for 20 years also, still we are getting attracted to those cinema songs. This is the perfect example Prabhupada has given. Now, the sense of smell is attracted to yet another side, and the eyes are always attracted to scenes of sense gratification, and active senses are attracted elsewhere. So, in this way, I am certainly embraced. So, each senses are pulling in their own way, where similar to a man who has many wives, all the wives are pulling the man in their own direction. It's very difficult, embracing situation for the soul. So, this is one of the prayer where Prahlad Maharaj prays. Prahlad Maharaj prays, and third sloka, then we will move to the next topic. Then finally Prahlad Maharaj says, Evam swakarma patitam bhavavaitaranyam anyonya janma varanasana bhita bhitam pashyanjanam swapara vigraha vairamaitram anteti parachara piprihi moda madhya. This material, what to say, this material universe, it is like a small ball. Inside this material universe, many small andas are there. Consider a big ball is there, and inside small ball is there, and inside one small ball, 14 small balls are there. That is how Prahlad Maharaj is saying. So the entire material universe is covered by the Braja river. So the Lord is situated outside the Braja river. We are situated inside the round of the Braja river. And now Prahlad Maharaj says, my Lord, you are eternally situated outside that Braja river, and we are inside this Braja river, keep rotating in this ball. We are going to upper planets, and sometimes we are going to down planets, and sometimes eating horrible things, sometimes eating palatable dishes, and repeatedly we are suffering the pains of birth and death. It's not only me, all the souls are suffering. So now you should have causeless mercy and compassion, and please deliver all of us, not only me, all of us. So all the 40 prayers are really wonderful prayers. Since we don't have time, I have recited 3. So because in these 3 prayers, exactly Prahlad Maharaj takes the position of us and he prays on behalf of us. So this is how Prahlad Maharaj prays, and finally Prahlad Maharaj told, my dear Lord, please forgive my father. I know he has done lot of offenses towards your lotus feet. Please forgive. Then Narsinghadev promised, not only your father, in your entire generation, whoever appears next, I won't kill any of them. Whoever appears in your generation, and anybody becomes pure devotee of Lord, 21 generations will get liberated. The Lord gave this boon to Prahlad Maharaj, and finally Prahlad Maharaj became one of the exalted devotees. So this is till chapter 10, 7th canto, chapter 10, all these Hiranyakashipu's penances, Prahlad Maharaj, how he was grown up, how Narsinghadev killed Hiranyakashipu, and what Prahlad Maharaj prayed, and finally Glories of Prahlad Maharaj has been explained in 10 chapters. So 7th canto has 15 chapters, 10 chapters talks about Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu, Narsinghadev, these pastimes. Now 11th and 12th chapter describes about the 4 social classes, 4 spiritual classes. So what is the 4 social classes? That is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. So how these 4 social classes should be. And 12th chapter describes about 4 spiritual classes. That is Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Okay. Then 13th chapter describes about the behavior of a perfect person. A person who is advanced in spiritual life, who is advancing in spiritual life, what should be the behavior, how he will behave. Then 14th chapter 14th chapter describes about ideal family life. And in that ideal family life, Narada Muni gives very nice instructions. Suppose a Grahastha who follows the spiritual path, okay, how he should manage the family. In our day-to-day life, in Krishna consciousness, many family members, like many devotees used to come and they used to say, right, I have this family issue, I have this family issue. Many devotees used to say that. Narada Muni has given wonderful explanations for that. So if you have time, please go through 7th canto, 14th chapter. Even Narada Muni, Yudhishthira Maharaj, they are discussing up to the point of death. If somebody passes away from one of the family members passes away, as a devotee, practicing devotee, what should we do? So till that level, Narada Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj are discussing about that. So as well as on day-to-day life, if you face some issue, for example, we are interested in Krishna consciousness. Some of our fellow family members may not be interested in Krishna consciousness. Then how we should deal with them? Whether we should fight with them or we should have a smooth relationship with them, what we should do? All these practical instructions are discussed in 14th chapter. That's why it is called ideal family life. Ideal family life means one who is practicing in devotion, how he can manage his family life and successfully progress in devotional life. And then finally, 15th chapter, last chapter, totally 15 chapters. This 15th chapter, there are some instructions for the civilized human beings. Civilized human beings. So this is what explained in 7th canto. 7th canto, among topics, 7th canto, the name of the 7th canto is Science of God. Technically, what it is discussing, Uti. Uti means description of inauspicious inclination and auspicious inclination. Okay, now let us move to 8th chapter, 8th canto. What is the 8th canto name? So the 8th canto name is Withdrawal of the Cosmic Creations. Cosmic creations. So when the cosmic creations will be withdrawn, like when the pralaya will be happen, actual pralaya details are given in 11th canto as well as 12th canto, but technically 8th canto is not it is not discussing about the pralaya. It is discussing about the manvantara. So Brahma, like as per our human calculation, according to human calculation, if you calculate the years of Brahma, it is 2000 Chaturyugas. 1000 Chaturyugas are day of Brahma, remaining 1000 Chaturyugas are night of Brahma. Okay, and in that 1000 Chaturyugas, Brahma won't manage directly everything because the mankind has to be managed, right? So among the 84 lakhs species, 4 lakhs species belong to mankind. Mankind in the sense demigods, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, human beings who appear in the earth. So these are all comes under the 4 lakhs categories. In that, mankind, so this 1000 yugas has been managed by 14 manus. So 14 into 72, which comes 998. Remaining 2 Manvantara, remaining 2 2 Chaturyugas, either it will be managed by the last Manu or by the Lord or Brahma himself. That is how this creation, mankind creation has been managed till now. So 1000 Chaturyugas, this 1000 Chaturyugas divided by 72. So 14. So 172 will be handled by one Manu. Another 72 will be handled by another Manu. So like that, 14, 72, 72, like that, 14 portions has been divided. And who are these 14 Manus? Swayambhuva Manu, Swarochisa Manu, Uttama Manu, Tamasa Manu, Raitika Manu, Chakshusha Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. Then remaining 7 Manus are there. That is Devarni, Daksha Savarni, Savarni Manu, Daksha Savarni, Rudra Savarni, like that various Manus will be there. Now this 8th canto, it is describing about the Manvantara Katha. That is Manvantara. 8th canto has totally 24 chapters. In that first chapter, among the 24 chapters, First chapter describes about the Manus names. So 14 Manus are there. This Swayambhuva Manu, Swarochisa Manu, Uttama Manu, Tamasa Manu, Raitika Manu, Chakshusha Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. Now we are in which Manu's period? We are in 7th Manu's period. One Manu has 72 Chaturigas. Okay, see, one Chaturiga itself around 40 lakhs, 43 lakhs years. So 72 into 43 or 40 lakhs, that many number of human solar years will be governed by one Manu. Now we are in 7th Manu's period and 7th Manu, and in that 7th Manu, 28th Chaturiga, and in the 28th Chaturiga, we are in Kali Yuga, and in Kali Yuga, 5,000 years, 5,000 plus years has been passed. Still, 4,27,000 years are yet to go, yet to be passed. Then only the Kali Yuga is going to be ended. Kalki, Lord Kalki will appear at the end of the Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga has 4,32,000 years. Somewhere we are in this small corner. Still 4,27,000 years has to go. It is going to be intolerable situation. People are going to be, humans are going to be hardly some 4 or 5 feet only. It is said that in Kalki Purana, even to pick the chili, people will use the ladder to pick the chili. That is going to be the situation. And if we chant Hare Krishna, definitely no need to take birth in this horrible situation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful, definitely Mahaprabhu will take us back to Godhead. Okay, we will come back to now Manvantara Katha. So this 8th chapter, the subject matter, what it is starting is Manvantara, but it is not only talking about Manvantara Katha. So I told about these 14 Manus. We are in the 7th Manus period. Now, Parikshit Maharaj is asking, Parikshit Maharaj is asking a question to Shukadeva Goswami. My dear Shukadeva Goswami, okay, you are telling so many Manus as there. In that each Manu, what and all avatars came, what kind of pastimes they performed? Please tell me. Now, Shukadeva Goswami is not explaining all the incarnations appeared in each Manu's period. So, Swayambhuva Manu, Swarochisa Manu, Uttama Manu, Tamasa Manu. So, in Tamasa Manu period, there is a kind of pastime, wonderful pastime happened. Okay, that pastime is called Gajendra pastime. Now, in Tamasa Manu's period, whatever pastime happened, Shukadeva Goswami explains. After Tamasa Manu, Raitika Manu, Chakshusha Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. In Raitika Manu's period, what kind of important incarnation came, what pastime that Lord performed. And in Chakshusha Manu, that is one Manus before, we are in Vaivasvata Manu's period. Before our Manu, Chakshusha Manu, what kind of pastime happened? See, many avatars will be coming. Due to time constraint, Shukadeva Goswami just picks one important pastime and Shukadeva Goswami explains. So, this 4th Manu's period, imagine Gajendra pastime took place in 4th Manu's period, that is Tamasa Manu. And where it happened? Now, this Gajendra pastime, it is a wonderful pastime, we will discuss for another 5 minutes. So, 4th Manu's period, there was a king called Indradumna. That Indradumna was a Pandya king. He was ruling Madurai and southern part of Tamil Nadu. Now, at some point of time, that king Indradumna, he decided to retire. He decided to retire from the kingdom. And he went to Pulachala hills. Pulachala means now modern day Kutrala. That is Western Ghats. He went there and Agastya Muni Ashrama is there. So he went there, he was doing penance. What happened? He was able to achieve the stage of focusing on Paramatma. And he started seeing the form of Paramatma. So how the Paramatma is there? Narada Muni in 4th canto explains, Prashada Bhimukam Sasvat Prashanna Bhadanekshanam Sunanam Subhrubam Charu Kapolam Surasundaram Tarunam Ramaniyangam Arunoshte Chanadharam Pranatashnayanam Nirnam Sharanyam Karunanam Srivatsankam Gadashyamam Purusham Vanamalinam Shankar Chakra Gada Patmair Abhyuvyakta Chaturbhujam Kiritinam Kundalinam Keyura Valayanvitam Kaustuba Bharanagrivam Pita Kause Yabasasam Kanchi Kalapa Pariyastham Lasat Kanchana Nopuram Darshani Gatamam Shantam Mano Nagana Vardhanam. There are 5 slokas Narada Muni explains about the form of Lord Vishnu. Such a beautiful form. See, we can smile only for a few minutes. More than 5 minutes, we cannot smile. If we start to laugh more than 5 minutes, our body will produce sufficient tears from our eyes to handle that smile, because our body is not even designed to smile for a long time. But Narada Muni says the Lord is eternally smiling without fail, without a second. That is how the Lord is beautiful. Okay, and this King Indradumna was able to focus on that beautiful Paramatma form, and he was meditating on that. Since he was in a deep meditation, enjoying the Paramatma form, when Agastya Muni came, he failed to notice that. Agastya Muni also not a simple Muni. Okay, Agastya Muni, sometime we have to discuss about Agastya Muni also. But Agastya Muni, he is the one who actually first spoken Ajamila story to Shukadeva Goswami. So in 6th canto, we might have already discussed about the pastimes of this Ajamila, right? Who told this Ajamila pastime to Shukadeva Goswami? This Agastya Muni is the one who told this pastime, this confidential pastime to Shukadeva Goswami. But unfortunately, what happened? This Agastya Muni, somehow he became upset. Dissolved by the arrangement of the Lord, he became upset and he cursed this king Indradumna that you will become elephant because you are not even paying attention to me. Simply you are sitting, you failed to pay attention to me. So I am cursing you that you should become a elephant. So because of the curse, immediately King Indradumna lost that vision of Paramatma and he became disturbed. And finally he came to his senses. Then King Indradumna begged pardon from Agastya Muni. But Agastya Muni was also thinking, why all of a sudden I have to curse? Because in the forest, many Rishi Munis will be doing tapasya. And when other Rishi Muni passes that way, definitely they should not feel offensive and they won't feel offensive also. Then Agastya Muni thought, okay, definitely it should be the desire of Lord Krishna. So one boon Agastya Muni gave. Since already you have achieved the position of seeing Paramatma, you are able to see Krishna, though you will take birth as Gajendra, that is elephant, still in that birth you will be delivered by Lord Vishnu himself. So this King Indradumna, okay, now this curse, all this happened in Ulachala Hills, which is in the modern day Western Ghats, nearby Kutralam Hills. Now this King Indradumna immediately gave up his body. We are in the earthly platform, right? We are in the earthly universe. That is Bhurloka, Bhorloka, Swarloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Makaraloka, Satyaloka. This Makaraloka, Satyaloka and all, if a devotee performs perfect devotional service, but still there is small perfection is missing, then they will go to Satyaloka and Makaraloka. All these details are given in Bhagavatam 9th canto. This Bhurloka, our earth is a small, Bhumandal is a small portion, but here 7 oceans and 7 islands are there. Sugarcane juice ocean, first is salt ocean, then sugarcane juice ocean, then curd ocean, then milk ocean. That is one. If I take a stone, put in the water, lot of concentric circles will come. So imagine one border and another border. Between one border and another border of circle is one land and one ocean. One land, one ocean. Like that, 7 land and 7 oceans are there. Charoda, Ikshurashoda, Dadimandoda, Chiroda. Charoda means saltwater ocean, then one land. Then Ikshurashoda. Ikshurashoda means sugarcane juice ocean. Then another land. Then curd ocean, another land. Then 4th is milk ocean. So in that milk ocean, there is a mountain called Tirikuta Parvat, almost 80 miles height. In that Tirikuta Parvat, there are 3 small peaks are there. One appears like iron, another appears like silver, another appears like gold. Between that silver and gold, there is a small pond. There, this King Indradumna, the soul went there, entered in the womb of an elephant, and he appeared as an elephant. He took birth as the elephant. Now, he was such a strong that no elephants can beat that Gajendra. Hence, it is called Gaja Indra. So, among the elephants, he was like an Indra. So, that Gajendra, he went along with the female elephants. He went to the that nearby pond, and there the Gandharva, who got a curse by Narada Muni, he appeared there as crocodile. Finally, according to the calculation of demigods, yes, 1,000 years the fight was going on, and finally at the end of that 1,000th year, when Gajendra completely surrendered to Krishna, 1,000 years Gajendra thought, I can fight on my own. Krishna never appeared. At the end of the 1,000th year, when Gajendra understood, now I cannot protect myself, somehow I have to call the Supreme Lord. Now Gajendra didn't call Krishna and all. Gajendra told, Om Akila Karanaya, Nishkaranaya, Adbhuta Karanaya, Sarva Agama Amnaya, Maharnavaya, Namah Apavargaya, Parayanaya. My father is the cause of me. My grandfather is the cause of my father. Like that, I am the cause of my son. If I keep searching like that, Brahma is the cause of all the creation. Okay. For Brahma, there is one superior cause should be there, but for that cause to appear, no other cause. Like for Narayana, nobody is there. Narayana is the cause of entire creation, but to appear Narayana, no one is there. So that cause should come and protect me. So this is the way Gajendra started praying. Okay. So after hearing this prayer, Brahma decided, no, this meaning is not suited for me, so I cannot go. Lord Shiva thought, okay, this sloka what Gajendra is praying, that is the meaning doesn't address me, so I cannot go. So none of the demigods, none of the Brahma or Lord Shiva was ready to go there. Now, when Gajendra's surrenderness completed 100%, when it reached that 100%, immediately Lord Vishnu jumped from Vaikuntha to this this material world. So the Lord appeared in Garuda, along with the back of Garuda. The Lord appeared in that Trikuta Parvat, and he gave deliverance to both Gajendra as well as that king Huhu, crocodile Huhu Gandharva. So then, among that, Gajendra has, at the point of surrender, Gajendra has prayed wonderful slokas. Around 27 slokas will come. Wonderful prayers. Whoever prays, remembers Gajendra, whoever remembers the Lord, actually that incarnation is called Hari. In that Tamasa Manu's period, the Lord appeared Harita and Harimeda. Harita and Harimeda, there was a couple. To them, the Lord appeared in the name of Hari. That Lord Hari went back to Vaikuntha. That same Lord Hari, after going back to Vaikuntha, again he came down to protect Gajendra, to deliver Gajendra. So that incarnation, whoever appears, whoever, once we get up, if you remember Lord Hari, this Gajendra, this Trikuta fountain, this milk ocean, or this King Indradumna, anything related to Gajendra, what will happen? Definitely we will make success in our spiritual life. We will not get affected by this Kali. So definitely we should read the Gajendra prayers regularly. And this is how Gajendra pastime has been explained. We are running out of time. Quickly I will move to further. So then, after hearing this pastime, Parikshit Maharaj became very eager. Now, Shukadeva Goswami just completed Gajendra pastime. Immediately, Parikshit Maharaj told, it is a wonderful pastime. You tell me what kind of another avatar came in the next Manu's period. That is Raitika Manu. Swayambhuva Manu, Swarajusha Manu, Uttama Manu, Tamasa Manu, Raitika Manu. In Raitika Manu's period, which avatar came? What kind of pastime they did? In Chakshusha Manu, what kind of avatar came? What kind of pastime they did? Out of eagerness, Parikshit Maharaj started asking. Then Shukadeva Goswami told about Mohini Murti. Mohini Murti. The Lord took the form of Mohini Murti and he gave the Amritam. Amritam. He gave the Amritam. They chanted the milk ocean. The Lord took the Amritam from Rahu and Ketu, and finally he gave it to the demigods. So that pastime he gave. Also, Shukadeva Goswami explains about the future Manus. In the future Manu, what avatars will come? That is also already recorded in Bhagavatam. not only old Manus, in future, Savarni, Daksha Savarni, Rudra Savarni, Deva Savarni, Indra Savarni, in future, these Manus period, what kind of avatars will come, what pastime they will perform, that is also recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. So then finally, Bali Maharaj, in Chakshusha Manus period, that is, in this Vaivasvata Manus, before the Manu is Chakshusha Manu, in Chakshusha Manu, this Mohini Murti came, and in this Manus period, Bali Maharaj, how Vamanadev appeared, and how Vamanadev, he took charity from Bali Maharaj, and how Vamanadev immediately measured the entire material universe and he took it from Bali Maharaj. And not only that, he pushed Bali Maharaj to Sutala Loka, but also Vamanadev promised that since you have given yourself to me, there is nothing for me to pay. So I will become your gatekeeper. So in the Sutala Loka, Bali Maharaj is still ruling, and after the current Indra, the next Indra is Aswathama. After Aswathama, Bali will become Indra. That is the boon Lord has given. Still, Bali Maharaj is living in Sutala planet, and Vamanadev is the gatekeeper. Okay, so Vamanadev, we all know that past time. After that, so among the 24 chapters, all this Manvantara Katha is explained, and last chapter explains about the fish incarnation, Matsya Avatara. See, Matsya Avatara, various times it has happened, not only at this point of time. Various times it's happened, but in 24th chapter, after each Manus period, there will be a small material annihilation. Not the entire material universe will get annihilated. Only a certain portion of the world will get annihilated and it will get recreated. Sometimes it will happen, sometimes it will not also happen. So our current Manus period is called Vaivasvata Manu. So this before the Vaivasvata Manus period, okay, a small annihilation happened. Before that annihilation, the Lord himself appeared in front of Vaivasvata Manu in the form of fish. So where he appeared in the river of Kritamala. So Kritamala, it is the Kritamala river is flowing in southern Tamil Nadu. That is also near Madurai only. Nearby southern Tamil Nadu, the Kritamala river is flowing. There, Vaivasvata Manu was doing penances. All of a sudden, a small fish appeared, and that fish told Vaivasvata Manu that I am really fearful of this river because many aquatics may eat me. So why don't you do one thing? You take me and keep it with yourself. Immediately that king took that fish and he went to his kingdom and he gave a small place to that fish. But that fish became bigger size. Then the king took that fish and he put in a small pond. Again the fish started growing. Then Lord took that fish, the king took that fish and the king finally went to the ocean and he left. Then the king asked, I don't know who are you. Please appear in your original form and tell me who are you and what is the purpose of your coming. Because you are growing, you were a small fish, then you became a smaller, bigger fish, then you became a biggest fish. Then the Lord said, from now, 7th day, there will be a small material annihilation. At that time, what happens is, you do one thing, you collect important herbs and Vedas, and I will personally come and I will teach you Bhagavad Gita. And so this Vaivasvata Manu, he called 7 rishis, main important rishis. He collected all important herbs, Vedas, medicinal plants, and he prepared a boat. And the Lord, as he promised, the Lord came with one horn, only one horn, and snake Vasuki came, and with the help of Vasuki, they made a rope and they tied the boat. And finally, the Lord was giving all the knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all kind of knowledge to that Manu. So somebody asked when this Bhagavad Gita was preached to the Manu. This is the time where Lord spoken Bhagavad Gita to that Manu. So 5:30 to 5 minutes I will take. I will complete the 9th chapter, 9th canto. So this is how the 8th canto ends. So 8th canto, what the main technical subject matter is explained in 8th canto is about Manvantara Katha. So now 9th canto. 9th canto, what it is explaining is Ishanu Katha. That is about devotees. Okay. So 9th chapter has totally again 24. 9th canto has totally 24 chapters. Okay. So first few chapters discuss about the what to say, dynasties of the sons of Manu. So various Manus discussed in 8th canto. So about those Manus, what are the dynasties? And the marriage of Sukanya and Chevana Muni has been described. And Durva Ambarish Maharaj pastimes has been given. Okay, Ambarish Maharaj pastimes has been given. Then Saubhari Muni, downfall of Saubhari Muni. See, in devotion, we have to be careful about two things. We have to give more attention to our Krishna Bhakti. We should also give more attention to Maya Devi. Both are important. Saubhari Muni, he gave more attention to Maya Devi, but he failed to give more attention to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. That is how Saubhari Muni has fallen down. In the case of Bharat Maharaja, he gave more attention to Krishna, but he gave less attention to Maya Devi. That's why Bharat Maharaj also fall down at certain point. So in devotional life, we should also pay more attention to Krishna, but also we should pay more attention to Maya Devi. Because Bharat Maharaja was in the stage of Bhava. What will happen in the stage of Bhava? 1 month I will be able to cry with tears in my eyes. 1 month my hairs will stand in end. And I will be able to see Krishna face to face. And I will be able to cry in love. That is the stage of Bharat Maharaj. But still Maya pushed away from that personality, from that level of devotion. So that is why we have to pay more attention to Maya also. So we have to sufficiently fear of Maya. But what happened? Saubhari Muni, he gave more attention to Maya. That's why he went inside the water and he was doing tapasya. But he failed to give more attention to Krishna's devotees. He offended Garuda and he fell down from that position. And finally, he married. So after that, Shukadeva Goswami is about to explain Lord Ramchandra pastimes. But what happened? Shukadeva Goswami thought already our Rishi Muni, Valmiki Muni has written 1,24,000 slokas on Ramayana. Why again I have to include 24,000 slokas in Bhagavatam about Lord Ramachandra's pastimes? So Shukadeva Goswami told already Valmiki Muni has given wonderful explanation about Lord Ramachandra in Valmiki Ramayana. Let us read them. That's it. Shukadeva Goswami didn't go much in detail about Lord Ramachandra. So original Ramayana has been written by Brahma in 1 crore sloka. But since we are humans, we have limited lifetime as well as we have limited knowledge. It is difficult for us to go through the entire 1 crore slokas. Hence, Valmiki Muni decided to compress that pastime in 24,000 slokas. Even in Bhagavatam also, the Bhagavatam what we are reading, that is subject to this earth. If we go to higher planets, the size of the Bhagavatam, cantos of the Bhagavatam will increase. It is not same as what we are reading. It will keep increasing. For our understanding, for this Manu's period, Vyasadeva has given 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. But originally Bhagavatam cannot be compressed, zipped in 12 cantos. Okay. So then Parashurama, how Parashuram, Lord appeared as the Parashuram. Okay. Parashuram, though it is a Vishnu Tattva, but it is a Shakti Avesha Avatar. It is not Purna Avatar. It is a Shakti Avesha Avatar. So Parashuram pastimes are discussed. Then finally, dynasties of son Pururava has been discussed. Then how King Yayati, about the King Yayati has been given. Why I am discussing all about this is from Yayati, Yadu, like King Yayati, there was a king called Yayati. He wanted to enjoy he wanted to enjoy sense gratification for more time. Okay, so but one problem was he was getting older. So some Rishis told, okay, do one thing. You can exchange your youth with someone and you can enjoy. See, for example, I am getting older. Now I am near by 40. Okay, I cannot go back to someone and I cannot exchange. But for King Yayati, this boon was given. Then his son agreed. Yadu agreed. Then finally what happened? Yadu exchanged his youth to his father, and his father took the youth and he started enjoying. Now, because his son, he gave his youth age to his father, he became old. So he was not able to rule the kingdom properly. And being merciful, Lord Krishna appeared in the kingdom of Yadu. Hence, Lord Krishna called Yadava. The Lord Krishna called Yadava, and not only that, Shukadeva Goswami explains in Kali Yuga, whoever appears, that soul might be a prime minister, that soul might be a king, the soul might be a CM, PM, MLA, however rich might be. In the background, always that one common music will be running. In film, whatever might be, a background score music will be running. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, whoever might be, there is one common background will be running. That is lamentation and fear. That is Kalau Janishya Mananam, Dukkha, Soka, Tamonudam. Some kind of misery we will always feel. Some kind of emptiness we will always feel in our mind. Kalau Janishya Mananam, Dukkha, Soka, Tamonudam. How to overcome that emptiness and fear and lamentation? How to overcome that miserable situation? By keep hearing past tense. To bless the conditioned souls, whoever appears in Kali Yuga, so that the souls can keep hearing about Krishna's pastime, they can overcome the pain being given by the mind. Alaujanishya Mananam, Dukkha Soka Tamonudam, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam, Supunyam Vetanot Vasaha, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam, to bless all the devotees, whoever appears in the Kali Yuga. Krishna appeared at the end of Dwapara Yuga, and Krishna did so many pastimes, so that whoever appears in the Kali Yuga, they can keep remembering these pastimes and they can overcome the Dukkha, Soka, Tamonudam, the ignorance, Dukkha, misery, and Sokam, some kind of unhappiness. Always we will be in that condition in Kali Yuga, but how to overcome that? By keep hearing the Krishna's pastimes. That is how we can overcome. And here ends the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 24th chapter. Shukadeva Goswami is about to start Krishna's pastimes. So 10th canto has been divided into 4 chapters, 4 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. The entire part has been described only about the Supreme Lord Krishna, and that Supreme Lord Krishna appeared 5000 years before in Dwapara Yuga, and tomorrow it is our beloved Lord's birthday, that is his appearance day. So I will end the session here. So from tomorrow, all our devotees should read always Prabhupada books without fail, no doubt on that. Plus, without fail, we should read Krishna book, so that Dukkha, Soka, Tamonudam, whatever we are going through in this Kali Yuga, always mind is filled with some kind of unhappiness, some kind of Dukkha, Soka, some kind of miserable situation, some emptiness. We can easily overcome and we can progress in our spiritual life. Okay, so I will end the class here. I have ended till Krishna's birth. Krishna is about to take birth. So from tomorrow we will be reading only Krishna book. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any devotees have any questions, they can either unmute and ask or type it in the chat box.
Purposefully, I was extending the sessions 10 minutes late so that I won't get any questions.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So,
Prabhu, a small question regarding Bhagavatam, as you told that actually this is compressed one. So here actually that Parikshit Maharaj, like Sukadeva Goswami explained, right? So that time having that Bhagavatam, is it so that the Maharshi composed this one?
Okay, Prabhu. See, Vyasadeva composed Bhagavatam long time back, and he gave that entire knowledge of Bhagavatam to Shukadeva Goswami. Okay, so that is already there. Now, when Parikshit Maharaj met Shukadeva Goswami, in 7 days, what is the essence as a soul, Parikshit Maharaj, who is going to die in 7 days, what he is supposed to hear, and after hearing, how much hearing he can achieve the perfection, all the subject matters Shukadeva Goswami has comprised, and he has given him 12 cantos.
So that is what we have now, Prabhu, right?
Yes, that is what we have now. Correct.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare. Okay, some devotee is asking question.
No, bro, I was just telling that if anybody has any compliments or any important point you found today, you can ask or you can tell the Prabhu. So I found a very important point that today, that in I have heard many times this pastime of Narasimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj. Today I found that very interesting point that Hiranyakashipu did tapasya for so long years. I mean, around 60,000 years or 10,000 years. But he enjoyed that life of
only 7 years.
7 years. That was very inspiring. That gave me touching that it was very important. I never heard that. So
Yeah. See, our condition is also same thing, Prabhu. 45 to 50 years we work so hard. Once we reach 60, whatever we have earned, we will give everything for our in hospital. That is how in this material world we are also living. There's not much difference between Hiranyakashipu and us.
Yes, Prabhu, right. Yes.
Hiranyakashipu, according to his capacity, he did tapasya for 11,000 years. So for our capacity, we are working so hard for 25 to 30 years.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I had a doubt there for a long time. Maybe you can clear it for me. So we know that Brahma repeatedly laments many times that I have created all these living entities. But the whole purpose of this material world is that they are suffering. So, so he laments that this is my job, unfortunate job.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but I've also read or heard somewhere, Prabhu, that all living entities are actually the result of combination of Durga and Shiva, which is the material energy, and her husband. So who is the creator? Like, is it Brahma or Shiva and Durga? I'm confused on that. Maybe you can share something. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu. See, as per Bhagavatam, the original creator is Lord Vishnu himself. Vishnu is the original engineer who did all the plan. Okay. Now, when Brahma appeared, Lord gave the. See, I am talking in second canto point of view. Okay. Maybe in other canto, some more details might have given. Even I have to go through. I have to go through for your question. But in second canto point of view, what I have understood is Lord did all the engineering work first. Then Lord gave birth to Brahma. And Brahma did secondary creation. Now, in order to do the secondary creation, okay, Brahma requires the help of Maya Devi. Okay, that is Durga. Just a minute. I'm just searching one notes which I took long back on this same topic. Yeah. Okay. So now, in order to do secondary creation, Lord gave sufficient knowledge to Brahma. So Brahma started creating the entire universes, whatever required for the Jiva. Now, Jiva has to appear in this material world, right? Now, when the Jiva falls from the spiritual world, it will touch the material world. So first, when it touches the material world, it will go through the medium of a concept called false ego. So the moment the Jiva go through the false ego, it will get attracted by the Maya, and with the help of Maya Devi, Brahmaji, what will happen is Brahmaji will wrap, like we will put a wrapper right all over the, sometimes when we pack prasadam, we will keep wrapping the box again and again. Like that, with the help of Maya Devi, Brahmaji put 5 wrappers on the soul. One is called Tamaha, another is called Moham. Tamaha means forgetfulness. First, Jiva has to forget about Krishna. So for that, Maya Devi has to, Maya Devi has to make the Jiva under her control. Okay, Jiva is there, Brahma is there. So Brahma has to take the help of Krishna through Maya Devi and with the help of Maya Devi, Brahmaji puts first wrapper called Tamaha. That is Jiva has to completely forget Krishna. Second wrapper is Moham, misidentification. So once Jiva forgets that Krishna, Jiva forgets about Krishna, Jiva misidentifies himself as part of the material world. Tamaha, Moham, then third is Mahamoham, that is false ownership. Souls thinks that I am the part of this material world. Third is souls think that I am the owner of this material world. And fourth is Tamishram, anger as well as frustration. That is called Tamishram. Fifth is Andatamishram, fear of death, which is ultimate frustration. So all these five, Tamaha, Moham, Mahamoham, Tamishram, Andatamishram, all these five wrappers, Brahma with the help of Maya Devi, he wraps that, and finally he makes the Jiva to circumambulate up and down. So this is what I have understood from second canto. Now, how I should relate with Lord Shiva, I am also yet to read, Prabhu. I don't know the full answer for your question. Maybe I can search in other cantos of Bhagavatam, then I can answer.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. And that explanation itself was very interesting.
This is given
my situation is so unfortunate.
yeah. This is given in second canto of Bhagavatam.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I think no more questions.
Okay, Prabhu.
Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was about to chant Hare Krishna mantra.
No, I was just giving some announcements. So Friday we have Ekadashi. We have to follow Ekadashi, and tomorrow is a Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami. We have to Krishna Janmashtami, and you can, all the devotees generally fast on this day. So if you feel like to fast, you can fast full day, or you can fast from grains also. And next day we have Prabhupada appearance day. That is, and also it is Nandostava. So there will be a feast after Janmashtami. So you can fast till 12 o'clock for Prabhupada appearance day. And on the Friday we have Ekadashi. So these are the announcements. And the most important announcement is that Bhadra Purnima is arriving. So whoever has not bought Bhagavatam, they can buy Bhagavatam. Or any devotees, they don't have Bhagavatam, you can ask them to buy Bhagavatam. So please inspire people to buy Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. With this we can wind up. Yes,
so let's all thank Jagannath Prabhu for his wonderful class and immersing ourselves in the cantos of 7 to 9, explaining about the concept of Uti, Manvanta, Avatara, and Ishanukata. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for
thanks, Prabhu.
Bringing those pastimes of the Lord, and in a very different way and in intricate details as well. Thank you so much. Let's all chant one time Hare Krishna for Prabhu's spiritual growth and all of the devotees also. Yeah.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thanks very much to all the devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Vasudev Prabhu, I will type the answer in WhatsApp for your question. I found some related notes for your question. How Shiva is linked with the creation. I found out that notes. I will type in the WhatsApp, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you.